Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bellefontaine High School here on HorvathProductions.com/live. Jack, how's it going tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty well, Zach. Doing pretty well. Ready to watch some basketball.
We took a little bit of a break and let Bill Tipple and Jake Kennedy hop on last broadcast, but we are back again. And we had a huge game last night, Jack. I had the luxury of coming here to record it, so I was courtside. And what a game. Wow.
I unfortunately was not there last night, but, I saw some of the highlights after the game. And how about Tavian St. Clair really bringing the Chiefs home?
Absolutely. What was it, 23 points for the sophomore?
Absolutely carrying that offense, getting a few dunks in there, a few style points, keeping the Chiefs, giving them some things to cheer about.
Absolutely, and that is a huge CBC conference game win, and that actually puts them back into the conversation. But let's look forward here tonight against an MVL matchup. Miami Valley League is very well known for basketball. This Sidney team is going to be hard to beat tonight.
Yeah, they playing them the past few years when I was still unretired.
Right.
They were all,
right.
Sidney, you know what to expect out of them. They're always going to be pretty athletic, pretty skilled. They're going to give you their best every single night. Obviously this game counts as much as any for these Chiefs because you get this kind of playing this skill out of conference. It's really going to ready you for that late season conference play. And like you said before, the CBC. It's a slugfest right now. Everybody's hovering around the same record. We saw London beat Shawnee by a score of 3 last night, and that keeps the Chiefs kind of in place, in contention for this side of the Kenton Trail side of the conference.
Absolutely, and the biggest thing is right now is that the CBC is beating up on each other. There is not one complete dominant team, and of course, like I said, no one would say that even after the first week of play that the Chiefs are in playoff contention. I mean, the second week with that loss to Tecumseh, but I mean, not playoff contention.
Yeah,
CBC championship contention, but once again, they are back into it, overcoming the objections and adversity, and they are back at it and in it just like anyone else. But tonight will cost towards playoff standings. That's what the big thing about the Chiefs will be tonight. So we're kind of going to see what they have to do here on HorvathProductions.com/live. We are going to take a quick break for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with boys varsity basketball action. Alrighty, we are just minutes away here from the tip-off. Jack, someone to look out for here on Sidney High School's team is Sam Reynolds, averaging just about 15 a game. And 7 rebounds, so he's almost averaging a double-double.
Yeah, his game is kind of an inside-out guard wing. As you can see with the 7 rebounds, 50 points a game, obviously, in the MVL. That's really impressive for Mr. Reynolds. And, he's going to be bringing to the Chiefs tonight. I wonder what kind of matchup Coach Shaw is going to put on him. Will he go Carter Snap, St. Clair? We will see.
Both teams about the same in the average scoring department, where Sidney is at 51. Chiefs are a little bit under them at 49. Almost 50 for the Chiefs on the averages. Jack, do you have a prediction for us for tonight?
You know what, Zach? Chiefs are on a streak right now. Not too familiar with the Yellow Jackets record at this moment, but of course they are a tough team. Chiefs are, I think the Chiefs are going to ride this wave into a victory tonight. Chiefs by 8.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna get a little nasty here. How about Chiefs by 1?
Okay.
All right, we'll take. I'm gonna take the 1 point. So definitely both way for either team tonight. I definitely think anyone can win this game.
I like it. It's going to be a great game.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what I'm interested to see is Keegan Overton starting. I mean, Stolly for the second half made a huge adjustment last night to push him to win the game. Went all little guys and played way faster than the Kitten Ridge Cougars, and that's what ended up pushing them over to that win. So I'm very interested to see if big Keegan Overton story is starting tonight or if Stolly's going to push that into this second game here.
And I think as we get closer to tournament season, we're going to see that little guard line up a little bit more and try to get some more shooting, some point scoring. And there he is.
Yeah, so Stolly is sticking with the big guy down low here in the early parts of the game. Not a bad call by any means, because these early parts of the game is when we can tell if Overton's story is on tonight or not.
And he adds so much value to this defense and this offense. And, just through his rim protection and his ability to stop things right in that general paint area.
Yep.
And, of course, add a little bit of post-game to this outside Chiefs focus. Because they've been hitting some pretty good outside shots from the foul line this year, off and on. So
Absolutely. So here we go. St. Clair on the tip, per usual. Number 12, Mitchell Davis, will be taking it for Sidney. And like I said, in the CBC at least, or here at Bellefontaine in my area of when I've grown up, you too, Jack, I feel like people don't look forward to playoffs as much as a conference title, but games like this still matter a lot. I mean, having a cupcake game for some teams, first round helps, and that's what tonight will have implications on as Sidney wins the tip.
The Chiefs have not had much luck in the postseason these past few years with their matchup playing Dayton Dunbar last year and Archbishop Alter the year before that. Two very tough teams with some college players on both, so the growth of the Chiefs this year winning this game would mean a lot to them.
Absolutely.
So Sidney's going to work it around a little bit up on the perimeter.
And yeah, they're just going to see if they can find a look here. Maybe they can wear the Chiefs defense down, because they probably know that this is the strong suit. If Sidney had a game last night, same thing for the Chiefs. They had a game. I don't know how much they were prepping for Sidney. So like I said, both teams will 100% prioritize the conference match as number 1, Azon, hits the first jumper of the game.
Puts the skates on near. That's something we don't see that much. And one thing I'm noticing already is this Yellow Jackets offense looks a lot more fluid and well-oiled than other offenses the Chiefs have faced this season.
Absolutely.
So we'll see if their defense is up to the task of guarding this Yellow Jackets team.
Snap, working the post, kicks out to St. Clair on the wing.
Like
Chiefs a little bit quicker. Let's see if Overton takes this. And he does. Will not be able to get it to go. And he is not happy about that one. A little hand clap in the air. Sidney definitely trying to set the pace here early with a slower offense.
And it looks like they're going to try to get their outside game going a little bit with all these cuts, keeping the defense honest with all these ball fakes and layups. And that one will not go.
Offensive rebound, kicked out for 3, and he drills it. Chiefs down 5 early here.
Number 13, Jace Daniel, only averaging about 4.5 on the season, but that's a big shot from him to start.
So he's already at where he'd like to be almost already, so he's on pace here to break his average. I'm interested to see what the Chiefs do here early with the big guys, and St. Clair pulls up for 3, and he drills it. Not something we typically see from St. Clair, but maybe he's looking to do it tonight, coming off a great performance, best performance of his career yesterday.
And we've seen his shooting splits just continue to improve every single game. And you know what, Zach, we've been saying this all year. When St. Clair is doing good, this Chiefs team is just on a different level, and that's a great shot by him from that corner.
And the Chieftain fans will be expecting a lot from St. Clair tonight. Like I said, story athlete here at Bellefontaine. As the Yellow Jackets hit the backboards, C.J. Wilson on the fast break here. He's just going to take it to the baseline himself and go up and get it. And 1!
And that's something we've seen him do a lot this year, Zach. He's always improving from that free throw line, and Coach Stolle has kind of given him the reins to charge the basket whenever he wants.
C.J. Wilson is someone that has improved since last year from the line. Still probably not where he'd like it to be, but let's see if he can start the season, tonight's game out.
And I'd even go as far to say is that he may have not have started the most hot from the line this year, but you can tell he's been putting an honest effort in and getting that part of his game better this year.
He will not be able to get it to go, but it looks like we have on the Yellow Jackets, 23 maybe went early. So C.J. Wilson will have a chance to shoot again. Now, Jack, does that count? Does that first free throw count or no? To his.
It depends. If he makes it, I think they do. But if he misses
Okay,
it,
gotcha.
But what?
And do not give him a second chance because he will capitalize on that. Chiefs will take the lead here. First lead change of the game. I'm expecting to see a lot of them tonight.
And if you notice, the Chiefs are back in this press right now against an athletic team like Sidney as they get burned on the backside.
Great pass from number 2, Sam Reynolds, for the dunk. Number 12, Mitchell Davis.
Chiefs are going to have to be careful throwing that press on these Yellow Jackets tonight. When you play such a disciplined and talented team like Sidney, you just have to have eyes in the back of your head at all times.
Jack, yeah, they just broke that. They just broke that press like they've been watching film for 30 hours on these guys. So.
And we have not really seen that from another team this year. The Chiefs' press has been a big threat to.
Even Dublin Jerome, top 5 team in Columbus, couldn't handle it. So it's good that Sidney has started early with this. As number 1, I actually don't have him on my roster, so whoever this mystery man is, he just drilled it.
Near's going to slow the ball down, get this offense going. I'll tell you what, Zach, I think we're going to see more of a game from Carter Snap tonight. Has always been solid.
Mitchell Davis with a huge block. He's looking to have a good night. Sam Reynolds, leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets, shows that he can pass too as he pushes it out to Julius Spradling.
The thing with this Sidney defense too, they've got the athletes to where they don't have to press. Having number 5, Spradling right on him, phenomenal player, especially on the defensive end.
And that is, wow, that is Yellow Jackets ball. As we take a timeout here, that was a fast bang play, and the Yellow Jackets crowd really started to get into it there.
I'll tell you what, Zach, I'm getting dizzy watching this game already.
Yeah.
We're only a few minutes in.
Right. So it's interesting to see here that it appears that Sidney has some athletes. Like I said, I haven't watched a lot. I don't know a lot about them. And they definitely have some guys that kind of rule the paint down low. So it's going to be interesting to see what your bigger guys like Keegan Overton Story and Tavian St. Clair are going to be able to do against Mitchell Davis here, mixed with the fast guards up top.
I'll tell you, Spradling, from what I know about him, he commands that point guard spot for these Yellow Jackets, really dominating the game for the defensive end, but he's so quick that you have to watch out for him on these layups on the offensive end when driving to the basket, much like C.J. Wilson for the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
And, it looks like he's worked on his outside game a lot this year with these three-pointers. We saw one hit from the right wing, so looks like he's improved a lot since last year.
And I would like to correct, number 1 is Azon Steele. I did not have him on, Azon probably, excuse me. I did not have him on my roster. I do have him, actually. I couldn't find it. So, Yellow Jackets back on offense here. Steele up top is going to take that down low to meet Overton Story. Good defense there from the Chiefs. Chiefs on the transition offense again. C.J. Wilson's wide open, but what a block. And they're going to call a shooting foul on that, Jack.
Looks like a goaltend to me.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
But that was a great play by Riley Neer to see the open man streaking to the basket. That's been his thing all year, and he does such a great job of that.
Good eye from you.
And Riley Neer having a great game against the Marysville Monarchs only 2 games ago. Will he follow that performance up again tonight?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I completely forgot that Marysville game happened. And we were there. We were there.
I think some of the Chieftains would like to forget that game happened
yeah.
with the 49-72 loss. But, you know, these Chiefs have really shown their resilience throughout the year, taking that 36-point L against Shawnee to start off the year. And here we are at 500. Something a year ago, everyone would have thought that you were crazy if you were thinking these Chiefs were going to go even.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and like most people say, those games don't really matter, kind of like tonight. They do, though, I mean, in a way. But Marysville's not going to hurt their playoff stock too much, Division I team. So tonight's a little bit of a bigger matchup. I believe Sidney's D2 in basketball, or are they D1? D2, I believe. Yeah, D2 sounds right, because I believe they've won a state championship in D2 before. So back on offense here are the Yellow Jackets, traveling here to Bellefontaine High School tonight.
They are looking to get Davis on this perimeter and moving around.
Wilson with a steal. He's just going to go ahead and take that himself. A little pump fake, a nice drawn foul there. And I tell you what, Wilson got banged up last night, and he's looking to get banged up again tonight, I guess.
And he's just really putting, giving this Sidney defense a reason to have discipline. With that little pump fake, all drives to the basket so far, has made his free throws. He's given them the business in the paint, I'd say.
And he appears to maybe have hit his head. I'd like to see him kind of take his time here, make sure he's all right. But
And will that be the key to beating this Yellow Jackets team tonight, Zach? That discipline on defense. Will Wilson and company be able to get this team off their feet and score the basket?
Wilson drains the first one. 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Like I said, great improvement from last season as a free throw shooter as a whole. And honestly, one of the big reasons the Chieftains won the late game last night with his clutch free throws there at the end of regulation.
And an underrated showing from Wilson this year is his three-point percentage, shooting about 41% from the field, which is fantastic at the college level. And here we are at high school, and he's just knocking them down this year.
As he does a little clap here, telling his boys to get it going. Not happy with the Chieftains' defense so far, I guess. Let's see what they can do here. Chiefs coming out in the 3-2.
Yeah, and the thing with this 3-2 defense, with St. Clair being so versatile on his feet and with his wingspan, they're going to look to trap that ball handler as soon as they go to the wing and really put the pressure on them. And it looks like it's working so far.
Younger guys up top, older guys down low. You know the veterans are going to be behind you, so that's always nice to know. As they force a turnover with their pressure, great defense from the Chiefs. Not necessarily getting their hands on the ball, but they're like a little menacing. They look kind of like a Hawaiian football team during their haiku in the beginning.
Who hasn't seen that video?
The Ohio State one? Yeah.
You see Carter Snap flying around on that backside.
Right.
He's really putting in some effort tonight, Zach.
Near at the top of the key. He's going to kick it to some Wilson.
One thing I'd like to see from this Chiefs offense is they get the stupid turnover. It's a little more discipline, waiting for screens and following the cuts and things like that. That's something this Sidney team does so well. And for the Chiefs to take the next step, that's something that they have to get.
Good little foul there after the forced turnover by Sidney. Harper Scott looking to check in for the Chiefs, I presume for Keegan Overton's story.
And we've seen that substitution all year. Overton, being a bigger guy, kind of gets tired pretty early. And Scott offers the same defense in the paint. Maybe he's not as much on the offensive end, but still, they're probably going to look to get Overton back in the game to put a body on Davis.
Sam Reynolds, Sidney's leading scorer, is at the line, and he will only split free throws, which is very abnormal for him. He's shooting 70% from the free throw line this year.
And he's only got 1 point so far, obviously. 3 quarters and 2 minutes in the first left in the game. If they want to win tonight, they're going to look to get him the ball.
Absolutely. Wilson almost puts that kid on skates, and he's going to continue to just take that down low. Nice physical play from him. Will not be able to get to the go, but I love the effort out of that.
Maybe a little bit of contact there, but out of conference play, that's just what you're going to get.
More contact from the Chieftains, and they will be able to turn the ball over.
Wow.
Wilson's going to be open down low, a little bit of a run, but he's not going to call it, and he will be able to draw the foul, and one again, Jack.
There he goes, really attacking that paint and making the Sidney defense pay for it. Gets them off their feet again, and this could be the recipe for his success tonight. He's already got 7 points in the contest. And Scott on the defensive end, like I was talking about earlier, he's just a brick wall, offers a lot of that expertise that Overton's story does. So looks like he's come a long way on the defensive end this season, Zach.
Believe it or not, folks, Wilson is already shooting his 5th free throw of the game, and we're only in the first quarter.
Looking to get his 10th point, excuse me.
And he is not able to get it to go. That is Sidney's ball. Good effort there from the Chiefs. Nice defense, per usual, obviously. That's Chieftain defense. Kind of returning. This year we've returned to the old ways of Bellefontaine basketball, as some would say.
And it looks like Coach Stolley's going to stay in this press. The Yellow Jackets really feeling the pressure. And you see number 2 lurking on that backside, Reynolds. You got to watch out for that if you're Coach Stolley. You got to get your guys aware and with head on a swivel in that situation. It's going to lead to a lot of layups.
It looks like the Chiefs are back in a 2-3 now. Out of the 3-2 zone, switching over to the 2-3. Jack, do you like the call?
I think it's more of a hybrid of the
a little bit of a help up top, maybe.
Flowing around a little bit, but yeah, zone is going to be the key to success against this team. Although Sam Reynolds is their leading scorer, they look to be more of a kind of get in their set, see if they have a layup and stuff like that. And when you maybe don't have all your personnel on the floor at one time, like St. Clair and Near, you're going to look to give yourself a little, cut yourself some slack running the zone.
Absolutely. St. Clair checks in for snap. Only one senior on the floor, and that's Caden Reams, who hit a clutch 3 last night to tie the game to send us into overtime. As he grabs that board, unfortunately, is not able to hold it. Mitchell Davis, big guy.
Is running the 5 spot for the Chiefs right now.
A little bit of the over back, but no call, like you said. I guess it's that non-conference play that they love.
Looks like he got hit where it hurts, but he's making his way back down the court.
Wilson's going to take it again. He's going to go to the line once again. He is not afraid of the free throws tonight. Maybe he woke up this morning and was like, it's time to change this percentage I got, you know?
I'll tell you what, Zach, these 4 fouls for these Jackets still in the first quarter. This is not a good sign. 3 puts them in the bonus, 8 in the double. And that is not where you want to be trying to knock off a team like the Chiefs.
Yeah, Bellefontaine will probably look to abuse that here in the second half. The first half, excuse me, second quarter.
Not taking no for an answer from the line tonight either.
6 for 7.
Jack Foster Wheeler checks in for Sidney.
And he has already beat his season average by about 4 points, so he's looking to have a career night tonight.
And honestly, it's good to see this from Wilson, someone that has had a little bit of adversity in his career. And he's only a junior, like I said, he was young, so maybe some people shouldn't have judged him as much as they did last year, starting as a sophomore. So it's good to see that he's putting the points on the board as Bellefontaine checks in. Salyer and Near also come in, or has he been in?
No, he was subbed back in.
Gotcha.
Looks like the Chiefs will finally break out of that 3-2, have those 2 guys near the top with St. Clair floating around on the wing. They will force a turnover, and here's this zone defense again, really giving these Yellow Jackets fits right now. I'll tell you what, another thing about Wilson, some would say he had a down year to start the year, but seeing this performance from him tonight, there's no doubt at all as he goes to take his first rest of the night.
Bellefontaine will get the rebound. St. Clair will pass to Salyer down low, and he's just going to pull up from mid-range. Sophomore again, Jack. Sophomore to sophomore action there.
Great shot right there. And how about just taking the fast break?
Ooh. Number 2, Sam Reynolds, kind of showing the range there as he almost is able to get that to go.
And you know Reynolds is going to be coming out into the second corner with something to prove. Not going to be able to take his Jackets down 3, so this is going to be a great matchup tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break here into first quarter play here at Bellefontaine High School. Chieftains leading by 3 here on HorvathProductions.com/live.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
And we are back here at Bellefontaine High School. Chieftains leading 16-13 to the MVL Sidney Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets not having a great season from their point of view, 6-5. That's very abnormal for them. But Chiefs looking to push their record to 6-5 tonight.
It looks like Wheeler will come in to give these Yellow Jackets a little bit of a different look. Spradling will stay in the game. And you have Daniel come back in the game too. So.
And Caden Reams is going to just continue from what he did yesterday and pull up from about 4 feet out of the 3.
Really giving this bench the juice they need to will them to victory. Chiefs will hop back into a man look with this faster lineup out. And Zach, let's talk about St. Clair. We saw that last fast break. I don't think I've seen that much from him this season, dribbling down the court.
No, and that's definitely one of those things you're going to get. Obviously, we knew he was an overall athlete. Top 5 pitcher in his class for baseball in Ohio. And obviously, everyone knows about his football skills.
We knew his skill set was going to progress as the season continued, but in this way, it's kind of impressive to see.
I tell you what, if he remains a Chieftain basketball player, he's going to be scared for senior year when he's actually been practicing. I tell you what.
For not touching the basketball in years, he's got it. Wow.
And that is a terrific pass, but Harper Scott's not going to go up with it. Salyer will just dribble in, and a little bit of a walk there, but ref won't call it.
And that's a great play by Scott. Some would say take the layup, but getting that extra pass to Salyer, I'd say that's pretty high percentage.
both 2 travels there not called, I believe, Jack. So Chieftain fans aren't liking that.
They're letting them play tonight. I like it.
And is that a thing with the refs where they just don't want to stop the play, or is it where they just want to get paid and get out, or what is it?
It could have something to do with the personality thing, but I know in cross-league games they don't usually have the same refs as a normal CBC matchup would do. And here's St. Clair.
St. Clair, will he yam it? Oh, wow. He looked like he went up for it, and he's not happy about it. Number 22. Jai Foster running him down.
Wow, right on a poster.
That is great block. I mean,
it's a business decision.
Yeah, you're right. I like it. I like the move. I take that.
And how about St. Clair just willing to go up there and try to dunk on somebody?
Reams moving to get the ball. Jacob Salyer's had a lot of touches tonight so far early. I like the movement to the young guy.
We've seen his role kind of fluctuate throughout the season, but be sure he's going to explode one of these nights. As he hits again from 3.
Woo! I have not seen this type of Bellefontaine offense before, Jack.
I haven't either. It looks like Salyer's really coming out of his shell tonight. I have not seen this kind of shoot. He's already 2 for 2, so we'll see if he continues to cook tonight.
And I do have to say, this weekend is the most packed I've seen Bellefontaine High School's main gym in years when it comes to Bellefontaine basketball.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're starting to revive the program a little bit, this team this year. And so it's good to see.
These fans around here, more football people, but when the basketball team, they're going to show out and support their boys because we've got a lot of the same players out there. Actually, everybody on the court right now besides Salyer has played for this Chieftain program. So that just shows that.
Yeah, nonetheless.
That connection.
As the Chiefs turn it over once again, and I feel like the Chiefs are kind of giving Sam Reynolds, Sidney's leading scorer, the Caden Nickel treatment, just not being able to get it to go early.
And I bet he did not expect this from the Chiefs tonight. 15-point per game scorer, his splits, 44% from the field. Not a great three-point shooter at 24%, but that 44%, that's a really impressive job by the Chiefs to get him having a slow start tonight.
Absolutely. Chiefs just going to slow it down here on offense. They are controlling this game at this point. Of course, Sidney in the early on did flex their muscles a little bit as Wilson's going to go up again. Not able to pull the call that time, though.
One blocked layup after 11 points of the paint. You take that all day.
And that is another travel, and the ref is finally going to go ahead and call that one. A little too obvious there that time.
Yeah, can't hide forever.
Now, of course, if you're a Yellow Jackets fan, you're going to be like, okay, why not Caden Reams calling it down here? Just a little bit of a missed call, maybe with the Reams call, or?
Well, maybe a missed call. Maybe the ref didn't see something because it can kind of be a hard look down there sometimes.
True, and of course these are high school basketball players. They're going to be faster than you are, so maybe it was one of those things where you're just trying to get down the floor. So Chiefs will turn it over. Nice little pass from Reynolds to break the half press that the Chiefs were going for.
I don't believe we have a 23 on our roster, Zach.
Reynolds just going to take that. They're just going to let him have it.
Free money. We're going to see St. Clair get going a little bit. Ooh.
Wilson looking for a call.
A little bit of a dog pile on that play. Maybe leave it.
I thought they were all just about to trip over.
Yeah. Carter Snap trying to get his guy C.J. Wilson involved in the game and out of his head. Something we've seen not hurt him as much this year as much as it has in the past, and it really shows his growth as a player.
Jack, I tell you what, Carter Snap could be 0 for 100 from the field and still be positive, and that's just someone you want on the team, right?
You have to have somebody like that.
Yeah, and I admire, just even when I walk with him in the hallway, there's very little times I think Carter Snap angry. I mean,
I don't think it happens.
Really, honestly, and as Near will hit the floater and just misses.
Yeah,
that would have been a big point for the Chiefs, big two.
He's kind of struggled with that floater game this year. I believe we'll see him continue to shoot that because he's kind of got that same mentality of Snap. Wow.
Azon has a nice little jump package on him.
And he's really carrying these Jackets. Their scoring load tonight has 7 of their 19. And really picking up the slack where Reynolds has not contributed much to this point in the game.
So, Jack, we have more than half to go in the second quarter, and C.J. Wilson's already 3 over his average. So kind of a little bit of a historic night out of him in the beginning here.
Yeah, and he's kind of struggled from the line a little bit, as we've mentioned before. But, really great showing by him tonight in the face of adversity against a solid Jackets team who maybe isn't as good as they have been in past years, but is still a menacing challenger nonetheless.
had a timeout here taken.
Looks like the Chiefs are going to go back with their faster guard lineup. I think we're going to start to see St. Clair run that 5 position and really push the ball more as the season goes on, because when you can have a dude that can do that, oh my gosh, it is so scary for your transition offense.
Sidney gonna take a little half court. I thought they were gonna show press there, but guess not.
Interesting decision by them to not press, especially at this point in the game, only down 3 in a position you really don't want to be in.
And you know, Jack, I don't think we've seen a lot of press breaking out of the Chiefs, and that's a great rebound by Snap as he gets smacked in the head, but he's gonna go to the line.
Still positive, nonetheless. But yeah, you see Tavian St. Clair taking that 3-pointer again, not showing any kind of second thoughts. You know, he's really gotten into basketball mode these past few games. And another person that we can talk about that has improved their free throw percentage is Carter Snap, who has gotten about over 70 or 80% these past few games after starting the season with an average of about 27.
So yeah,
that's insane.
And he drove 2 of them right there, so you spoke that into existence. Yeah. Chiefs and push their lead to 5. I tell you what, this Azon kid's pretty talented as that bounces right off the Yellow Jackets defender's chest.
Riley Neer's just too fast for him, but he will get the ball ripped away.
It looks like Neer tried to do a little cut down to the right post, but instead of going right up with it, let's see if that works out.
For a guy like him who's not necessarily the most lengthy, but still fast, it's a lot easier to try to just get on your feet, get set, and make the layup in that situation, but you can't have everything you want.
Ream's getting a lot of minutes tonight, and he got a lot of minutes last night. Stolly's seeing to maybe use him. He's obviously the best shooter on the team from the 3 line.
Of course, and I'd say he's earned them these past few games, really giving the Chiefs some life off the bench.
Not a bad mid-range jump shot from St. Clair. It's going to take some time as he gets back in the mood of basketball, figuring that out.
And we've seen him not really follow up that scoring load that he has had the past few games, but
rest of the team's picking up the slack, per usual. I mean, that's how the Chieftains roll. When one guy's not scoring, the other one is.
And
so
that's something we've seen with this Chiefs team all year. Everyone hovering around the same scoring margin, like I said before. And it really shows like the toughness and chemistry of this Chiefs team. Not one player really concerned with scoring over the others.
And C.J. Wilson is turned into a completely different player. Stolly calling the ISO there. I like the confidence that he's putting in his players.
Not really an advanced move either. It's just too fast for his defender. It makes him pay.
Air ball from Azon Davis. Chiefs fans are loving that.
He might be cooling down a little bit at this point. Reynolds has got to get involved in this game for the Yellow Jackets soon.
That was Azon steal, excuse me. Wilson's going to pull up for 3, and he's going to draw the foul. To the line he goes, Jack. Wow.
Once more, let's see if he can follow his great performance up. Almost 15 points.
And honestly, Jack, I don't like that foul. I don't think you try to get ball there. I mean, he got broke, that's fine, but I think you just have him let it fly. I mean, C.J. Wilson not super good from the 3-point line, so I'm surprised that he did that.
And I would say the exact same thing, Zach. Something I've noticed about this Yellow Jackets team watching them play is Wilson knocks down the first and moving to 14 on the night. Not very disciplined when going for shot fakes and things like that. Having trouble guarding him when he gets to the rim, just getting up in the air on that foul, just slapping at his arm as he goes up.
Absolutely. Wilson will miss a second. I believe he's only missed 2 free throws tonight, and that was his 8th.
You can stay on track with this last one right here. Chiefs jumping out to an 8-point lead.
Will not be able to get the 3rd one to go. That's going to be Sidney ball. Overton back in.
Just like to get St. Clair some rest, not having his greatest offensive night, and they're going to look to get Overton Story to fill this gap on the rebounding and defense end. Here the Chiefs go in this zone again. Great look by them. Coach Shawley sticking to his guns, putting the pressure on this Yellow Jackets team.
Veterans back down low. Number 12, Mitchell Davis from Sidney, is looking to kind of creep in the baseline. Nice little pass down to their leading scorer, Sam Reynolds. He will send him to the line, 1 for 2 tonight.
Will this be the thing to get him going? We will see, and that's a great call by Sidney's head coach to get Davis involved out on the three-point line. More of an athletic, lengthy big, can really pull down those rebounds, and just a good passer from the corner and high post areas. And when you're Reynolds and you can't get your game going on the dribble side of things, then it's a great job by coach to get him involved in other ways.
Absolutely, and that was a good play call there from the Yellow Jackets to break that zone.
And they'll break the 20-point mark if this next free throw goes in, cut the Chiefs' lead down to 7, the last free throw. He will miss.
And he is 2 for 4 from the line tonight. Historically, that's not very good for him as he averages 70 from the line. So
gotta wonder what's going on with him tonight. Only about 2 points in this game.
And Jack, here comes this ISO again with Wilson as he's just going to step back and pull up. Not able to get that to go.
I would call that settling for your shot right there. He's been hitting from inside the paint all game. Didn't really get what he wanted from the line last three-point trip. I'd say let's call some more ISOs and get him in the paint scoring.
And not a bad shot whatsoever. A little bit of a heat check to see how the mid-range was going. So interesting to see. Sidney pulls up for 3. Salyer, the young gun's going to get the rebound. Near with the football pass. But Overton will just pass that to Wilson. Carter Snap working. Keegan Overton looking to make a move. He'll just push that out to Near. And an air ball, unfortunately, for the Chieftains there. A little bit of a mess. I was confused just commentating that.
Something we see usually from Overton is making that extra pass from the low post. We saw a cutting wide open C.J. Wilson. Maybe just didn't see it, but he will get pulled out of the game pretty quick as St. Clair comes back out on the court along with Scott.
Mitchell Davis working it down low, see how his post moves are. Can't get that to go. Veteran Carter Snap is going to stop him.
Giving him the business with those rebounds.
Yeah.
Carter Snap very strong on the glass tonight.
St. Clair going to test the ISO. Not going to get it to go.
I'd like to see him slow down a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe hit some set shots before he moves back in.
It'd be good for the Chiefs to have a lead here going into the second half. So
These Yellow Jackets look completely out of control right now, Zach.
they look kind of tired.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if they had a game last night, but Reynolds not much of a factor to this point.
Nonetheless, though,
There's
it's in
Spradlin
them,
dropping
obviously. We know it is, so we'll see what happens here. The Yellow Jackets beating CBC rival of Bellefontaine Tecumseh by 2. So both teams pretty evenly matched here, I'd say.
Chiefs lost to Tecumseh earlier this year, too. I'm
Yep.
sure that matchup would go a lot different now.
And that was a game that was ruled by Tecumseh for a good
long
time. And the Chiefs really only brought it back middle of the third quarter-ish.
Yeah,
So
Chiefs scored, I think, single digits in the first half of that game, scored about 33 in the second. So that could have been the turning point in their season.
absolutely.
I think if you're Coach Stoller here, you're going to look to get maybe the last shot. Of course, no shot clock in high school. You're going to look to get Wilson a drive last second, or just take whatever good shot you can get. But looks
And
like
I
they're
tell you
running the
what,
clock out.
watching that game, the Kitten Ridge game last night, I know we've talked about it on the broadcast before, but we're not going to get in the shot clock whole thing. But
it's
yeah,
a
the Kitten Ridge was
long-standing
abusing it to say the last. As C.J. Wilson gets thrown, or a little flop, I don't know. Ref believes it was a flop. Harper Scott, nice little pass to Carter Snap down low, and one again, Jack. Wow.
Carter Snap might not have heard the whistle. He was ready to run right back down that court.
And that is what I'm talking about from Carter Snap, the veteran. He just doesn't care. I mean, it's one of those things where he like I said, he could be 0 for 100, and he'll be looking for that 1 for 101. So
he's just a worker. You see him going after those rebounds on the paint, just giving his all to will these Chiefs to victory in whatever way he can.
5 seconds left, and he's going to drill that free throw. Sidney looking to move fast here. Chiefs on the full court press. He's going to pull up from way out and will not be able to get it to go. Chiefs are up 10, Jack.
And more importantly, only holding the Jackets to 20 in this first half. Impressive feat for the Chieftains, who are not slowing down with their defensive prowess.
Absolutely. Jack, we're going to take a quick break here on HorvathProductions.com/live. Thank you for tuning in so far to our game. Chieftains are up 10. We'll be right back at you here after the halftime. Welcome back to Bellefontaine High School here on HorvathProductions.com/live. Jack, a little thing that just happened a moment ago. Sidney walked out to a standing ovation to warm up.
Of the wrong kind. The Chieftains Jack Block is not feeling these Yellow Jackets tonight.
You know, and that was, it was fun to see. You know, I wish we went live just 15 seconds earlier because it would have made for good TV. Yellow Jackets will inbound here to start the second half.
Wonder if they're going to go with a different look and start the second half. Not much luck with their offensive first, but it looks like they will keep the same players.
And I'll tell you what, the Chieftains have had a little bit of swagger recently in their game, something that I haven't really seen while being in high school. So
they've earned it. Really showing some competitive toughness these past few games. And you know, when you dominate the way they have in some of these games, not, of course, you have the Marysville game. You've got some other games, but
Division I matchups.
yeah, when
right?
you graduate to this kind of level of play that you haven't seen in a few years, you know, you're allowed to reward yourself a little bit, and I like it. Wow.
Nice little dribble package there.
I'll tell you what, I think we're going to see a lot from Spradling from this half with the absence of Sam Reynolds.
Yeah, I
number
mean,
two from
Sidney's
this
going to have to
game.
find something to get it going as Riley Neer takes a nice little pass to big boy Keegan Overton Story, and the Chiefs are just going to continue what they're doing.
And Overton Story might not even be tired tonight. He's really Riley Neer making it easy for him, getting that layup.
Chiefs hopping in the 2-3, a little bit, maybe more of man, sorry, excuse me. Looked like a 2-3 there perfectly as the Chiefs stumble over each other. Great move from Riley Neer to bounce that off big guy Mitchell Davis's toes, and that is just an excellent play from Neer. And that, like you said, that's an overall athlete.
Great recovery. That was 3-on-2 there with St. Clair taking out Wilson from behind the
And see,
legs,
here we go.
so
Sidney's now in the full court press. Great break, though, from the Chieftains. They look like they do that every week. As Wilson's going to pull up for a bit of a heat check, not able to get it to go. 3-on-2 here for Sidney. Reynolds should just take it for himself, though, Jack, and there's the finish that we were probably going to eventually start seeing.
We were waiting for it, but, you know, still down 10. His team doesn't look to be too involved at the moment, so we will see if the Chiefs can capitalize on this.
Mitchell Davis is going to miss the pass as Carter Snap looked to throw a lob or something to St. Clair there.
I'll tell you what,
a little bit of a sloppy turnover from the vet.
Way too low for a lob. I don't know what Snap was thinking there, but it didn't work.
Mitchell Davis, great put back.
Skying in for that rebound, something we haven't really seen from him all night. And if he can keep this up, these Yellow Jackets might get back in this game, Zach. Snap with a more conservative bounce pass for the St. Clair 3. Wow.
And that pretty crazy development here.
Snap has lost his mojo through half. We'll see if the Chiefs can get something going.
He should be all right. Looks like the Chiefs are just going to slow it down. Good call from coach there.
Working it around a little bit. Something I'd keep an eye out here for, Zach, is watching the St. Clair cut through the middle.
He is quick, but he's going to have to go through big boy Mitchell Davis down low for Sidney, who has proved to be a pretty decent defender down low.
Yeah, and he's really shown his athleticism tonight, mucking things up in the paint, giving Overton Story a hard time in the post. Wilson will take it to the basket.
Good take there. Veteran Snap on the rebound. Mitchell Davis will send him down.
No foul right there on Snap for the layup. A little bit of contact. Just letting the kids play tonight.
And if Snap disagreed with the call, you never know because he keeps a blank face. He does not like disrespect of anybody whatsoever.
He will not tell you.
Nice pump fake action. We'll get him to look, and he's going to teach him that you should not do that.
And he just needed a little smack in the face to get that shot to go, Zach.
He's on steal. Pretty good game from the 3 line. Has 2 in him already.
And we'll see if he can continue to put this scoring load on his back. Well, I guess Reynolds has come into the game with 8 points. CJ streaking down.
Wilson's going to do what Wilson's been doing all night. And, Jack, I have to say, Sidney has not made the correct adjustments to handle this Chieftain offense.
Oh, it's hard.
And defense, Chieftains in general.
It's hard to handle that adjustment because Wilson's not really putting any crazy moves on the defense. He's just getting to his spots really efficiently with his dribbles and scoring from the line. And you can't do much to adjust for that.
And that's going to be yeah. See, if I'm Keegan Overton there, you do not want to just go grabbing. Those are things that are going to get you taken out of games as soon as I say
right
that.
On cue.
And that's one thing I would like to see him work a little bit more on. I don't know if he gets tired or lazy, but he does like to grab a little bit when someone goes past him, especially when they're trying to expose a mismatch.
Maybe it's that little football habits.
Right, but I mean, yeah, I guess you should. You're not supposed to hold on the O line, so I don't know where he's getting it from, to be honest with you, Jack.
They get away with it. We'll be working it around. Reynolds, not seeing much from him at all. He's been kind of iced out from this offense. Only scoring in transition and all free throws.
Good offense move at the top. What's the call there, Jack? Appears to be
Looks to be on the ground. And I'll tell you what, Zach, this Reynolds was a huge problem for this Chieftain defense last year. So it's interesting to see him be almost a non-factor up to this point.
Who guarded him last year?
I believe it was Snap.
Gotcha.
Let's see if Scott can get hit. Streaking down the lane, he will not.
Caden Reams, nice little kick out to Harper Scott. Another kick out to St. Clair.
Dangerous pass.
Reams will just pull up. Not be able to get to go. Nice follow shot, though. That's something you learn in upward basketball in kindergarten. We'll kick that to Carter Snap. Not able to get to go. Chiefs pick up again, though.
Fighting for these boards.
Harper Scott will pull up. Not be able to get it to go. Another rebound for the Chieftains.
That's 4 in a row, Zach. If they don't score here.
And Carter Snap finally gets it in and to a big cheer from the crowd, and that is a textbook definition of not giving up there.
That is a punch in the gut to this Sidney defense, just not being able to get those rebounds and giving them.
Honestly, I like a timeout here if you are the coach, as Azon Steele does what he does best and drills it.
Right on cue again, another timeout. The Jackets actually aren't that far behind in this game, only 11. That can change really fast. Steele having a really good game from 3 tonight.
Now, Jack, do you think, kind of give me a little analysis here, do you think the adjustments are going to get made and the Chiefs are going to get stopped and we're going to have a little bit of a game here at the end, or do you think they're going to be able to maintain this 10-point-ish gap?
Short answer, 1 word, 2 letters, no. But long answer, I believe they're trying, but it boils down to the fact that this Sidney defense, although athletic and skilled, are not doing a great job of staying on their feet and staying disciplined. And the way Wilson plays, just getting to the basket really efficiently, making his layups, when you get your defender in the air, and once he started hitting his free throws, I mean, it's free points for this Chieftain offense. You can't do anything about it in the span of a game. You can't just like snap a finger and become more disciplined. So I believe we'll see an effort, but as this game goes on, I believe it will get out of hand, but we will see.
Sidney back in the full court press. Let's see what the Chiefs do here to break. As Riley Neer is going to make his QB over the throw pass. He's going to kick that right. Neer came out of nowhere there. Good defense from the Yellow Jackets, but unfortunately bad luck for them as it bounces off a defender that fell to the ground. It's going to be Chieftain ball.
And St. Clair, not the biggest dude, fighting for those rebounds. Really a big impact on this Chieftain rebounding effort and a huge reason why they've been able to control the glass tonight.
Chiefs inbounding here.
It's something that we really haven't seen either this year. Chiefs not having a true big man on this roster besides Everton Story, not the tallest guy in the world. They've really done a better job these past few games controlling the glass.
Yeah, it's something, and it shows how much their effort is and how much time and effort they put into having to rule that part of the game. As Wilson, feeling himself tonight for sure, has 16, so let's see if he keeps this for himself.
It looks like they'll finally get him to stop number 23, putting clamps on Wilson, but it doesn't matter.
As Neer, excellent pass to Harper Scott down low. Jack, these guys are cooking right now.
Great job by Neer to really dump that off to Harper Scott. You know, we know Neer has a vision to do it. Not the biggest point scorer in the world, but he's so valuable to this offense when he gets going.
40-27. Chiefs starting to do the same thing that they did against the North Union Wildcats just last week when we were here.
Should lay it on them. If Azon Steele can't get something going here soon and Reynolds stays out of the game, then it's gonna be a long night.
Nice little move there from number 23. And I don't have a number 23 on my roster, so maybe it's a JV guy that just got in, or maybe he was hurt.
Snap's gonna look to take this right here.
Good move from Carter Snap. And if only he got that to go. That was amazing, Jack. Wow.
Great fake by him, getting the ball over the head. Just can't put enough on it to finish. That's a rough spot for a finger roll, you know. You kind of want to go for the overhead or overhand layup right there. But nonetheless, Chiefs ball, no love lost.
Absolutely.
Snap will come out of the game. or Salyer, who we've seen really offer some shooting to this Chieftain offense tonight, doing a great job so far.
Scott will inbound here.
Dangerous pass right there off to that way. I'm not sure if I like that.
Let's see what happens.
Having some motion offense here, getting these cuts through the paint, looking to get something easy.
Harper Scott is going to just impose his will, as Coach Brown would say, as he texted us a few minutes ago, on big man Mitchell Davis. What a move there from Scott. And he's really coming to his own, I'm not going to lie.
I don't think I've seen that all year from Scott.
No, that was
great job by him on that
great game last night,
layup.
too, from him. So the Chiefs are just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and this is the point in the season where you want to start doing that as tournament seeding matters more and more as we head into conference play. Sidney will be one of the harder challenges as
That's
Reynolds
a great shot.
hits the three, finally getting going.
And I'm not going to lie, Jack, if they're going to make an effort come back here in the fourth quarter, and it's going to start with that great press play, it's going to start with Sam Reynolds. We have 9 minutes of basketball left, so.
And with his average only being 15 points, I guess he's pretty close to that, closer than I had assumed, but he's going to have to pull a little more out of his hat tonight if he wants to give these Yellow Jackets a chance back in this game.
He is, you're right. He's only 2 scores away, so. I guess it was just the amount of shots he's been taking, which maybe he historically does take a lot. Sloppy turnover there from the Chiefs.
Bad pass.
And like I said, if Sidney's going to do something, it's going to start with that, turning it over on the defensive end. Reynolds is going to pull up, see if he can get it going. He cannot. Great rebound, though, and he's going to put it back up. That's number 5, Julius Spradling.
And this is the price you pay when you don't. When we see Solly run this no big man roster a lot of the time, but this is really no big man. Snap's not even in the game, so that's the price you pay.
Yeah, no St. Clair on the floor either.
They're going to look to get him back in the game pretty quick. Scott just not quite tall enough to fill out that rebound role that Snap offers to the
Chiefs
team.
look like they're going to just go ahead and take this down. I like the play, see if they can push it back to 10 points. And that is an excellent defensive play from Sam Reynolds. Wow, Jack. Able to get a hold, get a hand in on that ball, and that's going to bounce off Riley Neer. I'm feeling a momentum swing here a little bit towards the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and he's finally showing some signs of life for his team. You know, maybe the rest of them can feed off that and get something going for his third quarter ends.
Chiefs looking to get a stop here. Nice tip from Reams.
Fast hands. Got to watch out for these dangerous passes.
Stolly doesn't like what he's seeing. Going to go ahead and check the big wingspan St. Clair in over the big little guy.
Snap will come back in the game for Scott, too. Looks like they're going to head back into their zone defense look, which has been so good to them throughout this game.
Chiefs turn it over with 2 seconds left. He's just going to turn around and launch it. Not able to get that to go.
Could have got a
I'm not going to lie, from where we're at, it kind of looked like it was going to go in, but it just didn't quite have the distance. We are going to take a quick break here on HorvathProductions.com/live. We have a pretty exciting fourth quarter coming at you here after this break.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
It is time for Chieftain quarter, Jack. What do the Yellow Jackets got to do here to get back into this game? A little bit of a momentum swing there.
You see Sam Reynolds really getting involved, hitting the ball off Neer's leg on that last play. Showing some signs of life for his team, Zach. This is going to be key to them getting back into this game, pushing this Chieftain lead to only 8. So if he can continue to show some, talk up his teammates as he's doing right now, and get this offense flowing, hit some shots, and they're right back in this game.
And, Jack, I believe number 23 is Miles Vordemak, the second leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets. I think he had a jersey swap mid-year.
Maybe so. Added a 2 to
And
that.
Carter Snap is wide open on the baseline. Is just going to kick that to St. Clair. No foul, and that's another turnover from the Chieftains. Wow.
It looks like it just slipped out of his hands on that. Went into the air with the ball, can't get to go.
And from where we are, it looks like Carter Snap had room there to take a shot, but he may have been too far down low.
And he's always been a pass-first guy anyway, so he's always thinking to get his teammates involved. In this situation, that is not the kind of player that you want to be under the basket.
Sidney 1 score away from being right back in this thing as Vortemak lets it fly. Air ball.
Nothing but net.
And that is going to be Yellow Jackets ball.
Looks like the Yellow Jackets are really loving this floor tonight, really hustling to get the ball and give their team anything they can do to win, something we didn't really see in this first half, which probably dug them into this hole they're in now.
We will see, though, if it is too late for them. Nice kick down low. Chiefs all over the big men.
And wow, this rotations from the Chieftain defense, this is the perfect blend of size and speed that you need if you're the Chieftains.
Vortemak, nice little fake on snap. He's going to go down low and go up and get it. And one, and he is hyped up, Jack. We have a ball game here.
Snap is not playing well at the moment. He's going to need to get his head back in this game to try to keep this defense anchored.
I tell you what, is this the 6th and 1 of the game
It's
overall?
Something like that. I know Wilson has 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Reynolds, or Davis and Reynolds, I'm sure, I think had one. But these guys looked at Carter Snap to be the anchor of their defense at times. So
Costly free throw miss there. Chiefs still maintain the lead at 6. Sidney is starting to drive, though. Wilson's going to take that baseline, going to keep doing what he's doing. And another foul drawn. And he likes that.
Spradling not happy with the call, kind of just throwing the ball at the ref.
C.J. Wilson at 16 points. Jack, is this one of the best performances of career, if not the best?
I think this is a career high for Wilson tonight, almost all coming from the line, too. Great job by him.
Most likely going to push 20 unless something goes wrong here. Seven minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Wilson going to keep drilling these free throws. You think Sidney's going to learn eventually? I guess might as well make him work for it, right? If he's just going to keep being so powerful down low.
And yeah, like I said before, discipline's a hard thing to just get into a habit of doing, so it's probably not going to happen this game, but these Jackets going in the future have to get better at that part of the game.
And Wilson's really setting the pace tonight, though. He's only missed 2 free throws. I believe he's like 12 for 14 or something ridiculous like that. So
yeah, and this really
I've lost count.
Takes such a weight off your offense when you can get to the line and get it done like that. And
Chiefs back in the 3-2.
And something we haven't really talked about, the absence of St. Clair tonight. Wilson from the line is really helping cover that gap.
Yeah, the cool thing about the Chiefs, as they almost force a turnover there, a good wingspan move out of Carter Snap. It's going to be hard to prep for anyone watching film on these guys because
you don't know
everyone comes out every game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it really depends. St. Clair last night, historic performance, 23 points. Wilson comes out of nowhere, probably going to get 20 at least. So it's crazy as he's at 18.
I'd say when you keep a balanced game plan and just have the option in your back pocket to kind of put your most athletic defender on whoever's hot that night is going to be your best bet against this Chieftain offense. They have such a valuable tool.
Vortemak's going to take it for himself and almost pulls another and one.
And he's looking
starting to get the swagger going.
He's looking to will these Jackets back into contention. Lead falling back down to 8 points. He's going to try to get it done from the line. We've seen him score a lot from there tonight. The line has been good to both teams tonight, actually. Many points for both sides. Wilson, of course, and Snap, and now Vortemak.
Tell you what, it's been a pretty textbook basketball game to watch nonetheless.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
No dunks yet. We've seen one. When you and I have been on call, I think we've seen one dunk from Davis at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, yep.
Yet to see any from St. Clair. So
I mean, St. Clair almost split up in that, and Davis actually ended up packing him. So I still like the move, and I will always pick the move over just a little layup, to be honest with you. There's nothing more exciting than watching a dunk. This whole gym rocks. It's great to see the press really pushing on the Chiefs right now, but Kane Reeves will just outrun it. Near looking to take it for himself, and it is getting physical down there, and he calls the travel, Jack. Wow.
I'm not sure I like the call.
St. Clair, not St. Clair, excuse me. Near gets banged in the nose, and the ref is going to call the travel.
Maybe they thought they saw a little bit of a flop there, but from this view up here, I'm not sure I like it.
And I'm going to have to agree with you. Near is visibly shook. We'll see if he's going to be able to tee up here on defense. I'm a little bit amazed. I can't believe that was called that, but, maybe the ref wants to see a game.
Oh, and there's Reems getting beat on the closeout. It's really dangerous for this Chieftain defense when someone misses their closeout.
Chiefs in the 3-2 here. And honestly, if I'm there, I'm playing with a little bit of fire as he steps right back up on Vortemak.
He wants it. And Steele and Reynolds.
And
really
that is
getting active on
Bellefontain's
these
ball.
refs.
Sidney fans getting a little angry now. Wanted a foul there. And it's starting to get a little tense here. I think Sidney believes that they can win this ball game.
It's like players, coach, and fans are fighting for Sidney tonight.
And this is good. I mean, we're going to take a timeout here on HorvathProductions.com/live, regain our thoughts, get some water, because this game has turned, and like I said, of course, as soon as I say textbook basketball game, it turns into that. So we're going to take a quick break here on HorvathProductions.com/live. We're coming right back at you with the final 5 minutes of the Bellefontaine boys varsity basketball game.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
Welcome back to BHS. Chieftains up 7. Final quarter of play here on Saturday night. Horvath Productions varsity basketball.
These Yellow Jackets really giving it their all.
Yeah.
Let the rest know what they do and don't like. So they keep up. They've come 180 since the start of this second half, Zach. Really pushing to get back inside of this game.
Chieftains have done a pretty good job of breaking the press. Hopefully I didn't just jinx them, okay.
And if the Chieftains want to keep their lead,
Caden Reeves with the pump fake. Bang! Woo, Jack! That's what we like to see out of the Chiefs. And that may have been the nail in the coffin. Don't let me call it too early, but
huge for the Chieftains. If they can just get Wilson back penetrating that D, then that's going to will the Chieftains a victory if they can just keep that off.
Caden Reeves is a smooth criminal as he steals the ball from the Yellow Jackets. He's going to pass it to St. Clair. St. Clair's going to go up with it. Woo! Jack, I'm having fun watching basketball right now.
It's fun to watch right now. Gaping hole.
Vordermack pump fake. Another pump fake again. Going to go up with it. Not able to get it to go. Chiefs turn it over once again.
Mears going to look to sling it. Oh, maybe not. Faked me out.
We wanted it. We wanted the sling. St. Clair from the free throw line, not able to get it to go.
Getting down and dirty on that foul line.
Another steal for the Chieftains.
Chieftains aren't
Will
taking.
Neer just take it for himself. Nice little pass to Wilson. He's going to go up with it. Sidney just started calling the travel. He was not even playing defense anymore.
What is happening right now? They had a chance to get back in this game, and they're just blowing it at the moment.
I tell you what, thank you for purchasing our live stream tonight. We are having just as much fun as I hope you are at home. Bellefontaine cheering like they're only up a couple, but they're dominating the Yellow Jackets right now.
And the Yellow Jackets just look disinterested in the game at the moment. Not even playing defense at moments, looking to cry at the refs. And
yeah, look.
The Chiefs have gotten much better.
It was probably a travel.
Probably.
But that doesn't mean you just sit there and turn around while you're defending and say, "Hey, ref, it's a travel." You think he's going to listen to you?
No.
You think some 16-year-old turning around looking at a 50-year-old man and the 50-year-old man's going to be like, yep, you're right, it's a travel, my bad, buddy. No.
And that may be more of a pride thing,
I don't like that call. I don't like that just giving up behavior from the Yellow Jackets, and I like the timeout here. I mean, they're going to see what they can do. They are now down 12.
And once again, that's just a really good spot the Chieftains have improved at this year, not getting as frustrated at the refs and complaining as much as that has been the culture the past few years. Done a great job turning this around this season with guys like Snap on the team to give these Chieftains the kind of personality and identity that they've been lacking.
Yellow Jackets players are talking amongst themselves. Vordermack looking to get his team going. And I tell you what, maybe next time I'm bored watching any sports match, I'll just say it's been a textbook, fundamental, regular game, because in a matter of 2 minutes, I think I've seen everything.
Just about it. We're still waiting on that dunk.
Yeah, we are waiting on the dunk. We've got one out of the Yellow Jackets, but we have not gotten one on the Bellefontaine side. And that is another foul on the Yellow Jackets, and they'll turn the ball over again.
Reams not really the main ball handler for the Chieftains, taking it right at the mouth of these Yellow Jackets.
Not a turnover, excuse me. It'll just be another foul. St. Clair Whew. You know what I want to know? I do want to know. It'd be nice to know St. Clair's vertical.
I think we could probably arrange that.
Yeah. I'll just go pull another class one day. As Carter snap, nice little move. No call, though.
Back somersault into the cheerleaders.
And an and one. Oh, my gosh. Jack, are the Yellow Jackets finding another life? Maybe not. I don't know.
I doubt it.
But I don't even know what to call it. Just happened. Carter snap does a tumble into the cheerleaders over here on the offensive end.
Springs right back up, too. Couldn't get back in defense.
Yeah, he like respawned down here on the defensive end. So, it's been a crazy night. Thank you for tuning in. Steele drills the free throw, brings the lead down to 9 for the Chiefs.
And even with him doubling his average for the night, these Jackets just have not had good luck. Maybe they need to just get a little more discipline. It might be a little too late at this point.
Good pass break up there.
But I just don't think these Chieftains can be stopped with the way they've been playing recently.
9 may be too much for 3 minutes, especially with the no shot clock.
Well, especially if you keep CJ Wilson driving to this basket and Reams hitting these threes. St. Clair's going to do his thing. But
they got to get a stop here if you're the Yellow Jackets. It's critical to getting back in this ball game.
Looks like they're playing ticky-tacky, too, hitting the wrists of the Chieftain players, which the refs aren't calling it. It's a good idea to do.
Nice play there from Vortemack. Even
pressure.
better play from Carter Snap. Caden Reams goes for 3 from the 3 line tonight. Jack, I don't want to call it too early, but I think that just put the nail in the coffin.
It might have, unless that was a 2. Still can't hit from number 13, Chase Daniel. Too little, too late.
The Yellow Jackets doing whatever they can here.
And now I feel like they're really trying to get a dunk from St. Clair.
Absolutely.
Throwing it right down the court, giving it to Wilson. St. Clair looked like he wanted it with wide open space behind him.
And Caden Reams, someone I think this is the most playing time he's gotten all season.
And he's earned it 100%.
Wow, Jack, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from the Chiefs this weekend.
They've done a phenomenal job both nights. Different players scoring a lot, different nights. Everyone filling kind of a different role, and the best part is everyone's okay with it. They're not getting jealous of each other, and they're finally meshing together and showing how dangerous they can be.
And nonetheless, I know we've talked a lot about the Chieftains tonight, but these Yellow Jackets are not a bad team by any means.
No.
I think just every way, I don't know if the Chiefs were more prepped for it or what, but the Yellow Jackets are just completely flustered as Caden Reams will go up for it. No foul. And the ref just wants to go home, it appears, tonight at this point. I'm not trying to be mean by any means, but I guess get your paycheck and get out, I guess. I don't know.
It looks like Steele or
and it's gone both ways. I'm not saying this is a call anything by any means.
There we are. Wilson and Snap hustling to pick up their brother. Love to see that from the Chieftains. I would like to see more of that from the Jackets, who have looked like they have just grown apart as this as this effort has dwindled from them.
2 minutes remaining. Chiefs up 10. That's probably going to do it for the Yellow Jackets. Not able to close it out.
And if I'm Coach Stolley, I'm just going to kind of relax a little bit, hold the ball. You're gonna see these Jackets give a little effort on defense, but like I said, I believe it's just too little, too late. This offense is too balanced for
anything can happen, but Wilson's gonna take that down low. That is a huge flop from Reynolds. He's not even gonna argue it.
And they won't fall for that one.
Chieftains, Jack, I want to know, and I don't know if you do know, the Chieftains are 6-5 after tonight's game. When was the last time this Bellefontaine program was over 500?
I believe it was about 4 years ago now, maybe.
Well, Jack,
no. Sorry, it may have even been 5.
Spencer George's senior year, I believe. To be honest with you, I checked.
It's about 5 years.
It's been a very long time. So, yeah, 5 years sounds about right to me.
And there has just been a shift. You can tell it. If we were watching these Chieftains last year, that tells a lot to me right there when Riley Neer's getting picked up by his teammates. That would not have happened on these previous Chiefs teams.
Yeah, and if I'm Sidney, I don't necessarily take a lot away from this loss tonight. I take a little bit. One, don't turn around and ask for a travel when you're defending. But really, the biggest thing that if I'm Sidney, I take away from it is just kind of take whatever they learned tonight and push it back into league play. This is a big win for the Chieftains. Like I said, it's been 5 years since they've been over 500-ish. We don't know. But
I tell you what, it is an interesting spot for them. Steele has carried the scoring load tonight for these Yellow Jackets, and Reynolds isn't far off his average, but they're still just they look disorganized, disinterested at times, and we do see some spurts of fire from them. But going around and just showing that they're kind of falling apart. It looks like.
Yeah, and
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still fighting hard and putting their effort in. But at this late in the game, you just don't want to see your team fall apart in the kind of way they have, just complaining to the refs instead of playing defense. That's a telltale sign of a team who has maybe just not enough left in the tank.
absolutely. Sidney's record will push to 6-6 after tonight.
Oh, Chiefs do a fantastic job.
And
St. Clair on the fast break.
Here we go.
Oh,
let's go! And the BHS main gym goes wild. Starley's down to get his boys back. And, yeah, that will probably do it. Sam Reynolds not able to get the three to go.
St. Clair streaking out again. Oh, can't pick it up.
My heart's racing like we just
finally
tied
got it. We finally got it.
And
We've been waiting.
I think that is completed tonight. I'm pretty sure it's yeah, I don't know. We've seen everything tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, Caden Reeves went 3 for 3 from 3.
The whole checklist is crossed off.
Play like this and they'll make a run. I promise you. It's just a matter of finding
That's
it.
where this gets interesting. Chiefs are over 500, like we said, for the first time in 5 years. That going into tournament play, we're not going to be playing the power, or the Chieftains aren't going to be playing the powerhouses they have been.
Good little move there down low.
Vordemark gets the layup to go.
Timeout, Sidney. And I like the call for the coach to call a timeout there. Kind of use these last 45 seconds to see what you can do.
Maybe not enough time to get anything real going, as Reynolds misses that last shot. But back to the Chieftains. What is the tournament going to look like for them this year?
Yeah, and that's definitely something we'll talk about here on the post-game show, kind of what's coming up for the Chiefs. And like I said, this isn't conference play, but we could talk about the tournament. I mean, this is a Chieftain team that I think definitely has the ability to go a couple rounds deep. Not quite regional championship contenders yet, but, I mean, there's still plenty of time to work on it.
And something that I believe will hurt them as the season goes on, lack of a true big man in the paint. In high school, that matters a lot. This is no knock on the valiant efforts we've seen from Snap, St. Clair, and Overton throughout the season, crashing these boards and getting these inside shots. But as you get deeper and deeper into that tournament, you're going to face some guys, 6'6", 6'7", who have some muscle on their bodies. Not really anything they've seen so far. And it's hard to guard those guys in the paint, especially if your team can shoot from the outside. If the Chiefs can find a way to overcome that, then they will be in good standings once tournament season rolls around. So we call it the second season.
Absolutely. Nice bounce pass. Sidney just going to go ahead and foul.
Vordemark getting a little handsy with Wilson.
He does not like
there.
the call. Or maybe he got hit in the head. I don't know. Hey, honestly, I don't know where did he start, Jack? I don't think he did. And
Vordemark?
Yeah, he's their second leading scorer. He did start. Okay, so maybe
I guess we just got his number wrong or didn't get it.
Yeah, which I did see on the roster sheet that he was sometimes 3 and sometimes 23. As that is a huge pass down low. The Chiefs are not letting off the gas pedal, and I love running the score up because I like watching basketball. So.
And it looks like the Jackets are just trying to get these Chieftains on the line, maybe get the ball back, make something happen. But 37 seconds left is becoming increasingly improbable.
Like I said, if you're a Yellow Jackets fan,
Here we
no
go.
harm, no foul.
One more!
And I mean, at this point, Jack, I don't.
Was his head above the rim on that one?
They're just rubbing it in.
No emotion from St. Clair on that either. Frown on his face.
Oh, my. Yeah, so I hope you feel as if you got your money's worth tonight here on HorvathProductions.com/live. It hasn't felt like we're working. I tell you what, I've had a good time.
Yeah, it's just been a good night to sit back and relax. Game was never really in reach for these Yellow Jackets. I mean, they got
well, there was
about
that time there. I mean,
6 points a few times, but it never looked like that they were acting as one cohesive unit working to get back into this game. The Chieftains always had this entire game have looked calm, committed to the defensive end, getting the rebounds, and just getting these second chance shots. And what has really helped them tonight, C.J. Wilson's 22-point outburst out of the 60 Chieftain points. I mean, that cannot go unnoticed tonight.
28 seconds remaining here at Bellefontaine High School. What a game. Chieftains, 10 points currently over their average of 50, so they have just scored well. I mean, when you have Caden Reams going 100% from the three-point line, that'll do things, and it has, clearly.
And you're not going to get that every game from him, but especially on a night like tonight, just really helps out the Chieftain offense. Sam Reynolds will finally get
Good
a layup,
putback.
push him to 13 points on the night.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Not again. Okay. I thought he was going to go try it again, but guess not.
He's got the skill set, too. I'll tell you what, Chiefs are going to dribble it out, giving them a 60-51 win
And the Chiefs
heading into conference play.
and Bellefontaine will just hold the ball, and that will conclude our game. Standing ovation from the Bellefontaine Chieftain fans.
And I think they want an encore, Zach.
Check it. I
think they're ready for more.
I'm ready for more, too. I tell you what. I mean, I had fun watching tonight's game. It started off not boring by any means, very fundamental.
And we came in, if you recall about how many games have been now, 10 games ago, watching them against Springfield Shawnee. This was not the Chieftain team that started out the season, Zach. They've found their identity and are getting better by the day.
Absolutely. And we are going to take a quick break here on HorvathProductions.com/live. The Bellefontaine Chieftains defeated the Sidney Yellow Jackets 60-51. We'll be coming at you here with the post-game show in a few 30 seconds. In a quick 30, excuse me.
At Horvath Productions, we offer specialized wedding films that cater to you and your spouse. With top-of-the-line equipment and storytelling skills, we can assure you that the biggest day of your lives will be captured from start to finish. On top of that, we offer some of the lowest rates in the industry so that you can have the best experience possible without having to give up other important aspects of your event. Visit HorvathProductions.com/weddings to see how we can make your memory.
Welcome back to the HorvathProductions.com/live post-game show. Jack, what a game.
Yeah, what a game, Zach. This has not felt like a job tonight. I tell you what, I'm having a great time watching these Chiefs, as you put it, delete.
CJ Wilson clocks in with 22 points. Historic performance from the youngin'. Not youngin' anymore. Wow, I'm old.
Seriously.
He's a junior.
With his career high tonight, though, especially most of his points coming from the line shows his I feel like I say this every 5 seconds, honestly, but he's evolved as a player, and as we head into conference play, it's going to be such an insurance policy for those Chieftains. And St. Clair only having about 9 points tonight. Actually, his average on the season as it's been going up, but, we've grown to expect more from him because he's been dropping double digits almost every single night since those first few games.
He could just keep dunking. I mean, I'll be here for it every time.
Maybe we can get him. If we can get a few more guys on our team, I know Carter Snap, word on the street. Carter Snap can dunk the ball. Word on the street is
that would be cool.
Solly can dunk the ball.
Maybe
a little contest. CJ Wilson, I've seen him dunk.
Patrick Solly is a freshman, I believe, right?
Yes.
Freshman
on JV, but
on the JV varsity. He has dressed varsity a couple times.
He dressed tonight. And
we will probably see him eventually sometime this year.
Really talented player, not only there because he's the coach's son, will give a great boost to this Chieftains team in the future.
So, Jack, we'll have a pretty quick post game here, but one thing I do want to do is talk about the Bellefontaine Chieftains upcoming games. Urbana next week, not a conference game. It's going to be cross-conference, so it won't affect the Chieftains. Next time they're in action, Friday, January 13th at London High School. It's going to be big for them.
And Urbana's been a tough team to beat this year with Will Donahue really carrying the load on the offense, filling that main point guard role, and Rayvon Rogan on the rebounds is really going to be a good test of these Chieftains, see if they can finally get a guy that they know can fulfill that big man role.
Now, the big one that I want to see is Bellefontaine is going to be looking to redeem themselves against Springfield Shawnee.
And that will be
January 20th, Friday night, and that's going to be a very big game for their conference championship hopes.
I was going to say, I bet that'll be factored deeply into the standings and what will continue to happen in the rest as this conference continues to beat up on each other. We've seen it all year.
Absolutely.
The Chieftains have only gotten better. Shawnee, obviously a great team. That's going to be a must-see matchup.
As Doug daps me up, great game. Hey, you want to hop on the mic real quick?
Yeah, I do.
Here, Jack, you can talk to him. special guest, Doug, coming on. Doug Casey, here you go.
So, Doug, great to have you with us on this broadcast tonight. You know, these Chieftains they've really shown themselves these past few games to have gotten much better as a team. What would you describe as the reason to these Chiefs playing so much better these past few games?
Well, I think our focus has been a lot better in practice. It's played out on the court.
Yeah.
I think we played. I think play up to our standards a little bit more.
Of course.
And we've got more confidence from our players, from our seniors, and I think our guys come off the bench or we're really focused and ready to go.
And I would say the exact same thing. I know you guys are working hard every single day. You know, you're really pushing them, and it shows on the court. They're having a great time playing ball out here. And as this season continues to go on, what would you say the Chiefs need to continue to work on to reach the next level?
I think most of it we need to work on defense, rebounding. I think we ran the ball pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
I think we just need to get more focused and work on our free throws and work on our rebound. And I think if we do that, we should be fine. And
we know these Chieftains will continue to improve. How about C.J. Wilson tonight with the 22-point outburst? You're very fond of C.J., known him for a long time. What do you have to say about his effort tonight?
I think C.J. played real well. C.J. played probably his best game ever tonight.
I would agree.
I think he played. I think he was up to it, and I think he wanted to win for this ball club, and I think coaches are really proud, and we're really proud of him and what he did tonight for the team, and we got to take this win tonight and get ready for Urbana.
Urbana, that is going to be a tough game. I think the Chiefs have what it takes, and I know you do, Doug. It's always great to have you on here, and we will look to continue this broadcast against London as the next time, but of course we will be watching the Urbana game, as I'm sure most of the conference will, to see these Chiefs try and make a push for the end of the for a conference championship on their side.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Doug. All righty. We appreciate it. And Doug pretty much broke that down for us right there.
Yeah.
Great post-game interview.
Couldn't have put it better.
And honestly, that was great. That actually wrapped my night up, and my night is made now.
Always good to have a guy like that come on the mic. Someone who's been around the school for about 30 years, gives his everything to Chieftain basketball and football and sports and all, and he just does a great job supporting these Chieftains. And I believe he's a big factor in getting these Chieftains to play better. All the Chieftains, you know how it is. Everybody loves Doug.
Absolutely, everyone loves Doug. And you know what the craziest thing is? As I wrap up here. I didn't know he'd been around that long. Did you know he's been around Bellefontaine sports in general longer than Coach Stolley?
Longest tenured coach at this school. Doug Casey, the one and only. Always great to see him and have him around.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in to HorvathProductions.com/live. We are back in action on our schedule currently right now for, I believe, the Northwestern game, the 24th. I am going to pull a few strings and see if about the Shawnee or London game next week, but those are still pending. We 100% are back in action Tuesday, January 24th. Chiefs take on cross-conference team Northwestern, who has struggled a little bit this year, nonetheless, 1-6, I believe.
Early predictions for that game, Zach. I think it's going to be a Chieftain clinic.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Putting the pressure on Northwestern. Haven't found much success. Have been the other, I would say, they've been like the Chieftains have, but just on the other side of the conference, struggling to get anything going and just make a push for any sort of winnings. So it's going to be good for the Chiefs to kind of get a break.
And I'd also like to let everyone know this coming Tuesday we will be having our full-blown highlights of the Kenton Ridge game that occurred yesterday, the big overtime win. That'll be we'll make a highlight video, and that'll be dropping on Tuesday night. So that's going to be a huge, nice, fun video to watch. First opening video for the Chieftains this year. We'll be covering Ben Logan also on the highlight side of things at the end of the year. And
that
I believe
should also
be
be a
senior
very
night.
good game.
Yeah, that'll be great. Great night. Senior night also for that. So that is going to conclude our coverage here tonight. We appreciate you clocking in and choosing quality tonight with HorvathProductions.com/live. We appreciate you purchasing our live stream as normal. And we will catch you next time.